Welcome back to this week's episode of Mocktail Minutes. This is Bailey.
And this is Brianna.
This week I am drinking the Ryl Co tea. It's that peach iced tea. Are we drinking the same thing today?
Mine's peach. I also have the half and half.
Yes. Uh-huh.
They were at Costco, but I was like, oh, I'm going to try peach. So yeah, we're literally doing the same thing.
They were on sale at, I think, Aldi randomly. So I just got one. But they are really good. I get them from Kroger sometimes.
Yeah, they're really good. I've only had the half and half. This is my first peach, but I really like it.
I love peach tea. I used to get them from Sonic all the time, but these are a way better option. No added sugars, and they're sweetened with stevia
Yeah, it's
and monk
perfect.
fruit.
And like they're sweet, but not too sweet.
Your
It isn't
teeth don't hurt.
like the fake sweet, like when Sonic is like really sweet. Yeah, but Sonic does. It is pretty good. I do like that.
Love their cherry limeades. Oh,
With their ice. It's like the ice.
the ice.
But
Oh, yeah. Gannon gets water with strawberry puree in it, so he gets his fancy drink there.
I love it.
He
It's
does, yeah. Today, we're talking about when healthy habits become unhealthy. I think a lot of things we do, we start them for good reason, and then sometimes I don't think they like automatically become unhealthy. How we get into this slope of taking it to an extreme. I think that's usually when I would say it becomes unhealthy, where we take things too far, we make them weird again. And so we're going to talk about like when to start recognizing this pattern, or when to start recognizing some habits that you have that maybe have gone from healthy to unhealthy. And yeah, a little bit like what to do about it.
Yeah. And I feel like this is so easy to fall into because for the most part, I think people start doing things with like good intentions, right? It's, oh,
Absolutely.
I want to be healthier. I want to be more mindful. I didn't realize all this was toxic or this is that. But then I feel like sometimes, like, there's been a couple accounts I've seen recently where I'm like, I don't know if we need to be worried about that the way you're worried
Hmm.
about. Like, it almost seems unhealthy.
Like we don't plan it. And I think that's a big part of it. Or sometimes it's like we can feel a little bit guilty because it's, oh my gosh, did I do this to myself? Did I take it too far? But I always think like when you get in a car, there's always a possibility that you're going to get in a car wreck. To be quite honest,
Mhm.
I don't think anyone who has gotten in a car wreck before has ever been like, you know what? Today's the day I might accidentally run into someone's back of their car. Like sometimes things just happen where it's, yeah, it could be a complete accident where we weren't thinking. Maybe you checked your phone and all of a sudden they hit the brakes and bam,
Yeah.
rear-ended them. We weren't planning on it. We had good intentions to get to work. We weren't thinking about that when we grabbed our phone. I don't know if that's a good
Yeah.
example or like metaphor. Is that what it's called? Metaphor? Yeah.
And it does make sense because then I think people feel a little bit trapped where they're like, I've already gone this far. Like, how could I go back to that? Like,
Yeah.
how could I not do this when we do this thing where we think everybody's watching us. And if we know something is maybe bad for us and we've been like, don't do it, don't do it. And then we start doing it again, that I don't know.
Bad.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's definitely unintentional. Like you didn't
Hmm.
start out being like, I'm going to get really unhealthy about this. It was always for good.
I think the perfect example is metabolic adaptations, because we have so many people who are coming to us for weight loss already under eating, and there could be some guilt associated with, oh, I underate my way to decreasing my metabolism. I don't think you came into it with that intention. You came into it trying to lose weight how you were taught, and now we're here, let's just fix the problem. So I think that's the perfect example of we were doing what we were taught with good intention, we were eating less, we're moving more, and at some point it became no longer a calorie deficit, it just became under eating. We stall out and we just try to keep going and going, and that is what led to the metabolic adaptations, so our metabolism slows down. It's really a deficit shouldn't be more than like 16 weeks max.
No,
But we see people doing them for 10 years. So it's not
literally,
a deficit anymore. It's under eating.
literally just chronically where I'm like, okay, yeah. And it always, I think, stems from knowing just a little bit, right? Like you hear, oh, eating a calorie deficit. Okay. And then you just run with that because you don't know any better when there's always like more to the story. And we always talk about nothing forever is a good thing, or too much of even a good thing is not a good thing. Like you've been told just a little part of it. And so you've ran with it and now you're stuck and it's not serving you. but you don't know the rest of the story. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, like, one would be like missing out on events. You're missing out on events because you can't control everything that's going to be eaten there, like what everything's going to be doing. And you just feel like, like for me, everyone's always, oh, as a dietitian, do you let your kids eat this or that? And it's, yeah, I do. But I also don't buy a bunch of the other stuff. Red 40 is like a big one right now for everyone, which I can tell the difference when my kids have Red 40. They're a little crazy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't really buy anything that's like that. If they're at a birthday party and they're gonna have something that's in it or the cupcake frosting has it, is it the best thing for them? No, but they're also not eating it all the time. And for me, I'm like, what am I teaching them if I'm like, hey guys, you can go to this birthday party, but you can't eat any of the cupcakes. Or if it's, oh, we're not going to birthday party because their mom doesn't serve dye-free cupcakes. It just doesn't really make sense. I feel like that is setting them up for having an unhealthy relationship with food. And then same goes for us. Like we're missing out on events and there's to an extent, you don't need to go to every single event, especially if you really are trying to have goals and there's a lot of things that are like stumping you up. Like I have a few people who like they have to cut off some of the happy hour after work. We're always going to drinks because it's okay. I am trying to lose weight. I am trying to do this. And I'm having a hard time managing it. Okay, let's put a boundary to it. But missing out on every single event because it's not like perfect, that's a little much.
Yeah, it starts to just take away from your life. Especially with weight loss, like it doesn't have to take away from your life. I feel like because weight loss comes from areas of restriction, it constantly just feels like it is. Like we don't work on weight loss on vacation. We don't work on weight loss on the summer. We don't do it on the weekends. You can, and it doesn't have to feel like crap.
Right.
So if it's starting to take away from your enjoyments, red flag, it's okay to set those boundaries.
Yeah.
And
Because
I
you're not
think
gonna do it forever.
exactly.
No
And
problem.
that's even with like tracking. We've talked about tracking, both sides do it, don't do it. And tracking is very helpful for a lot of my clients right now who are reverse dieting. Like you can't successfully reverse diet without tracking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
You can't because, again, you don't know what you don't know. And if you have been chronically under eating for a while, which is probably the case if you're reverse dieting, you are going to overestimate or underestimate how much you're eating. You're going to
no,
be like, or overestimate. You're like, I ate 2,000 calories when really you ate like 1,000, you know? No, and you need
absolutely.
feedback to show you, like, okay, like you're using that tool for good. You're not using it in a way that you previously may have used it, which was not for good.
So, yeah, with tracking, it's another thing that should be a short term thing in the big scheme of it all.
Yeah, you should be using it to, oh, I'm building a way. Like, I know, like, I have had clients who have been tracking for 10 years and I have been like, "Hey, send me a picture of your plate, like, when you're at a restaurant."
Yeah.
Okay. And they do it, and I'm like, "How much calories and what do you think your macros are here?" And they have no clue. Like, I'm like, for
Mhm.
someone who's been tracking for 10 years, I would think you would have built awareness already of what that possibly could be. That tells me you haven't been using it correctly.
Yeah,
Which
and especially if you've been tracking for 10 years, that might be a sign that's quite unhealthy. You should not need to be tracking for that long. You don't need to track for even a year in a row because that tells us like we don't know what actually is going on. We're just tracking to look at numbers at that point, and you have not a lot of trust in your own body and how your body works, where you're tracking because you've been told to do that, basically. And that's how you're going to get your goals. You can reach your goals in other ways.
I would say another one is over exercising. And I see this a lot. And again, it's always, is exercising bad? No. Is having boundaries with events bad? No. Is tracking when needed bad? No. But just like exercising isn't bad, but over exercising is. And I see a lot of times when people start to be a little less restrictive about food, this is how they make up for it. So it's okay, yeah, I did let myself go out and do that, or I did let myself not track today, and maybe I did eat a little bit more. And then you make up with it with over exercising. So too much of something is not good. Over-exercising is one of those things, like, especially if you're someone who's been chronically under eating, the last thing you wanna be doing is over-exercising. You're not helping your thyroid, you're not helping your body, you're not giving yourself what you need to be in a safe place to actually lose some fat, build some muscle, have that energy, feel good about yourself. Over-exercising is one that, again, a lot of people have a hard time pulling back on because it's, "I wanna lose weight," or, "This is what I should be doing for my health." You have to do it. You have to pull back.
So the next one I would say, and this one's kind of a weird one, but I heard about this like through a patient. That's where we came up with these ideas. They're just things we've heard before. But being obsessed with having to buy everything organic or like buying everything perfectly. So I had someone before, she was like, I only buy organic chicken. She couldn't, things were happening, got to a point, couldn't afford all the organic stuff. So she
Yes.
just like stopped eating chicken altogether. That's where I'd say it becomes like unhealthy. I don't really buy organic chicken. I guess I do now because that's what's at Sam's and it's actually better quality.
Yeah.
But I will still go and buy like Tyson chicken if that's the option. I think sometimes we can get obsessed with having to buy all the perfect things where it gets to the point like we just don't even enjoy our food and we're so stressed out about like our budget even.
Yeah.
It really takes away from a lot of pieces. So I think not feeling like you have to buy everything perfectly. Like even someone asked me about ice cream the other day. I don't even, I guess a good ice cream I would consider. I said, I don't know. I don't know like a good quote unquote ice cream.
Yeah.
I would say you don't need to buy a protein ice cream though to just
Right.
eat ice cream.
If you really
If
want
yeah, something like that, I'm like, just buy what you enjoy. Or if you have a creamy, make your own, but just buy what you enjoyed. You don't have to make it weird.
yeah. I think being overly obsessed with the ingredients or if something's organic, again, it's so good to be mindful. If you're having something all the time, yeah, let's see what's in it. Should I be having it? Is there a better option? But you can go way too far with this. And it does get expensive. Hello, gas is
Yeah.
through the roof. Like, I cannot be spending $800 a week on groceries. Some people
It's
can.
getting, yeah.
I am not.
I don't
Like,
pay attention to gas prices.
I saw a really funny reel about that because it's literally none of my business because 'cause I'm gonna need to still
I'm
buy gas.
gonna buy gas
I'm
anyways.
gonna buy gas.
And
So true.
I don't care like what other gas station prices are because I'm only gonna go to the gas station that's a mile from my house and on the way to the babysitter. That's
Yeah,
and we have rewards there. So
yeah.
regardless of how much it is, I'm buying it. But I do notice when I like fill up the tank, the other day it was $74. I was like, gosh, dang, Big Bertha, like
Well, and the whole shopping around for gas, let's be real, am I gonna save $2? $4
really,
if we're gonna run around town? I'm just gonna pay the 4 extra dollars. But when it comes to chicken, when I'm like, "Oh, I have multiple people to feed, this is $3 a pound as opposed to
mhm.
9." Okay.
Yeah, and, like, our beef, like, we get it from Josh's grandparents are cattle farmers, so we get it from their cows. Not organic certified or anything, but I would say that's a better option than what I'm getting in the store, but even if we have to go buy from the store, I don't buy organic beef from there. I don't buy so some of these things, I guess, have changed because I don't have to go buy eggs and stuff like that anymore, we get them from a friend, but if I do buy eggs at the store, I don't buy them organic. I honestly I guess overall, like, my intention is not to buy everything organic. Sometimes it just works out that way. Like at Sam's, the organic chicken, I don't have to cut half the chicken off for it to be good. It's just
Yeah,
better quality, so that's why we buy it. But overall, like, just stop stressing about buying the perfect things.
yeah. And honestly, all that stress is not good for you. And I think that's like something to consider is me being so stressed out about my nutrition and my health actually like doing more harm than good? It's
Which
a
is a
thing.
hard realization because I think too, like the social media pressures of like more is better, and it's like we always feel like we're not doing enough. I fall into that
Yeah,
often where it's like, dang it, I should be doing more all the time.
I I do.
Yeah, and then it's also coming to realization that we don't know their whole lives. What is parts? It's a 30-second or a 1 minute part of their life. Even a day in the life video, it's not the whole day or the whole evening. You're still seeing 30-second clips of each day.
And it could change every day. No one is putting like a day in a life of the day that's gone to shit. No one is
Yeah,
recording putting that up. Like, which is
yeah.
probably most people's reality, like, a certain amount of the time. Yeah. Some people I have to have the conversation with, especially when they're talking about, like, what is that app that tells you stuff are good or bad? What app is that?
Like the Bobby approved?
Yeah.
I've never used it.
It's not I wanna say the Manuka app, it's not. I know Manuka's a honey, but it's something like that, and I've gone through it because 'cause I've had a couple people who are like it's like their Bible, and I'm like, "What?" Some of the
It's
things
too much.
some of the things I'm like, "Why are we deciding that this was horrible?" And then other things that
Mhm.
I'm like, "Well, that's gonna get a bad rating, it's good." And I'm like, "Well, that's where are we how are we
Yeah.
rating?" I don't
Xanthan gum. That's something that a lot of these apps like Red Flag, I personally don't avoid it, but
know.
I guess if you have really bad stomach issues, maybe.
Yeah, if you have stomach issues, don't eat the gum. That's just if your biggest stress is your gum, you're probably pretty good. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I
I
don't know,
think the
maybe we're not hardcore enough.
maybe not, like, sometimes because 'cause I'll come across videos of it's like, "My kids wanted Cheez-Its today," and they're, like, milling the grain to make the flour and all that,
Not
like,
me.
make for I'm like, "My do you really have a toddler?" Because when my kids were toddlers, if I was like, "Hold on, let me make these homemade Cheez-Its that'll take 4 hours," like, they would have had a meltdown screaming on the floor, like,
Now they don't want it anymore.
"Yeah, no, they don't want it." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. If you wanna make homemade Cheez-Its, cool. It's probably not that hard. Awesome, they probably taste good, but also not everything has to be this, like, satire video." Know?
Yeah.
Which I think is probably it doesn't segue into the last one, but, like, when consistency turns to rigidity or being really
Yes.
rigid, like, it's a little compulsive, like, I feel like people get
Mhm.
real obsessed with it, and I'm like, "You have to" being consistent does not mean being perfect.
It's healthy to have routines that you can adapt when life happens. It's
Yes.
unhealthy when you feel out of control if your routine is disrupted.
Yes.
That's where that kind of falls.
And that's where consistency dies because you have to be able to, like, ebb and flow. Like, you have to. And I think that's probably a big one right now. I think people see, like, my morning routine, and it's like this 87-step morning routine of all this wellness stuff, and it's, "I need to be doing that." It's, "No, you don't, and it's okay if you don't, and also it's okay if your day doesn't look perfect all the time, or you're not using the organic this all the time, and you didn't do all the clean things all the time. It's okay." The idea is to be better. Just be better.
Yes. Be better, less rigid, give yourself some flexibility within reason, I would say. That's
Yeah.
where you have to figure out like what that is for you because sometimes we hear flexibility and we maybe we do bend a little too much.
Yep.
So, being realistic with yourself too.
Yeah, and I would say, like, maybe picking 1 or 2 things that you're like, "This is what I need to be consistent with. This is the I'm not going to" obviously, you have to have exceptions, but this is the thing I'm not gonna let really go left or right. This is what I'm focused on, and everything else can be a little right now. Like, for a lot of people, I'm like, "Okay, have that be movement for you. Have it be like, I am consistent with movement. We have a plan for how that may work or look on different days." But you're being rigid with that thing because that's really what you need to work on right now. And like all the other things you have on your list that you think you need to do to be perfect, I need you to take it off because you're not going to be able to do that one thing we really need to focus on. Go buy the regular chicken and don't feel like you need to home make everything and make every meal like an hour and a half thing. Go
That's why
for a
you don't enjoy it.
yeah, like go work out. Yeah, okay.
Mhm. Yes.
But it can be really unhealthy. I'm always telling people, like, check in with yourself. Like, are you enjoying what you're doing? Is it bringing you value and is it making your life better? Or is this something you're like overly stressed about right now? Like, you don't shop at a certain grocery store anymore because they have this ingredient in one thing,
Mhm.
like, okay.
Absolutely. We hope this kind of helps you out to find patterns of like healthy versus unhealthy, but also give you more hope. Weight loss or just like creating healthier habits in general doesn't have to suck. A lot of times it does begin to suck because it becomes an unhealthy obsession type of thing, or we've taken it too far, or we got weird with it. And it's not to guilt you,
Yeah.
it's just to bring it to awareness and then we fix it.
Yeah. Don't
And
make it
that's
weird.
it.
There was a time where I was like, I would never buy minced onion. I must cut everything myself. I
Oh,
made
I
it
buy
weird.
minced onion all the time.
That's all I buy now. Do I know it's more
Mhm.
expensive? Yes, but that's where I'm at. Again, it's just check in with yourself. If you're being weird, don't be weird. It's okay.
All right, everyone. Have a good rest of your week, and we will be back next week with a brand new episode. Bye.
Bye.